Hi guys, today we're making this elegant miniature doll bed. This one is a little sturdier than the first doll bed I made, so this will be easier to adjust to bigger dolls. I'll be reusing the mattress I made for my previous doll bed. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link you to it in the info box. It's pretty easy to make, it's just craft foam stacked together, covered in fabric. I'm gonna add another layer of fabric to get the look I want and just glue that in place with fabric glue. There we go, the mattress is looking more elegant already. Now for the frame of the bed. I'll be using popsicle sticks since they're pretty thin and easy to work with, but you can use any type of thin wood you have. Measure the sides of the mattress and make marks on your popsicle sticks so you'll cut the right place. I'll be using this detailed saw to cut my sticks, but you can use a regular saw or you can just use a sturdy pair of scissors. Use a file to smooth out the cut ends. The longest of my popsicle sticks are a little too wide compared to the short ones, so I'm gonna use a blade to cut the most of it away and then the file to smooth that out. Be careful not to cut your fingers. Once you have all your 4 pieces, take a file and file the corners at an angle so they'll meet together in like a point so they don't stick out from each other. Now glue the frame together. I'm using E6000 because it dries pretty quickly, but you can use wood glue as well. Now we have the frame. Take 3 pieces that fit the short side and place them inside and glue them for stability. While that's drying, we can work on the legs. For this you'll need some wooden dowels. I wanted the front legs to have a little more interesting shape, so I decided to carve them. Firstly, I cut the top parts at an angle so it'll fit inside the frame. Then I used the same blade as before to carve. Once you got the rough shape, take a piece of sandpaper and wrap it around the handle of a tool, and then you have your own kind of rounded file. So that's how I did the front legs. The back legs is just going to be a thinner wooden dowel in the same height, but no need to carve them because they'll hardly be visible. Now glue the legs inside the frame. Once dry, flip it over, and if you want a real simple doll bed, then you can just stop here. I wanted to add a headboard though, so that's what we're going to do next. Get out a piece of paper and sketch the size and shape you want your headboard. For the headboard, I lined up some popsicle sticks in the right width, and then laid the stencil on top and drew around it. I made it a little shorter than the actual stencil because I wanted to add detail later, but we'll get to that. Get out a pair of craft scissors that you don't mind messing up, and then cut out the shapes. File away any rough corners. Then glue the pieces together. Now for the decorations. Get out some polymer clay. I'm using grey by Fimo. Roll a snake and fit this around the edge of the headboard. I'm doing this directly onto a tile so I can bake it here without moving it. Now you can decorate it however you like. I chose a leaf-like pattern, so I added small balls of clay and then used my dotting tool to indent the middle. When you're done, gently remove the headboard and then bake the clay completely. While the clay is baking, we're gonna water down some acrylic paint and paint the frame of the bed and the very edge of the headboard. To add some detail, I use some gold colored alcohol ink to paint the front legs of the bed and also make a line around the frame. I also use the ink on the polymer clay decoration part once it's cooled. Then glue the headboard to the bed frame. And then the decoration to the headboard. Now take a piece of cardstock and cut out a piece that will cover the wood part of the headboard. Line the cardstock with cotton and glue it in place. Now choose a fabric. I went for this pretty white shiny one, then wrap it around the cardstock and glue it in place in the back. To make it look a little more interesting, I took a needle and thread and then made symmetrical stitches around the front and pulled it very tight to the back to make little dents. Tie off the thread and glue the piece to the headboard. As a last touch, I did some simple pillows. I just did those by gluing two pieces of fabric together, turning them inside out, filling them with cotton, and then gluing the end shut. Now just stick on your mattress and add the pillows, and the doll bed is complete. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a like if you did and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye!